You know, Gearfax friends, I shamefully have to admit that I have never tried a Korg Monotribe. This is literally my first go, so let's see what we can extract from it. Having not read the manual, we're going to press some buttons, turn some dials, and just see what happens. Alright, oh, there we go, some sound. I think we better amp this one up, yeah? We'll turn the level right up. Alright, I see we've got a play button down here. Okay, so strong memories of the Monotron coming back. I think that's the exact same keyboard that the Monotron had. It's a really nice little device that I've enjoyed using. What this is giving us, of course, is a whole lot more sonic control and also what appears to be an 8-step sequencer. Let's take some of these steps out and see what happens. Okay, I see we have our little drum pad activators here. Bass drum, snare drum, hats, and then we can click that to go back to our synth. Active step, so what does that do? Okay, everything becomes illuminated. Are we talking about drum positions? Yes, we are. Probably should stop there, we go, getting a little bit confused. But I think that very brief look gave us a great idea of what kind of sounds this can do. It has a sweet analog fluidity to it. Alright, and I'm very quickly getting an idea of what all these controls do. We've got a low frequency oscillator here with 3 basic speeds of oscillation that can then be adjusted with the rate and amount dials here. And then there's a waveform control. And I mean waveform for the LFO there. This is the waveform for the actual sound. You know, I like it just on the edge of cracking up there. I see we have a Flux button down here on the left. Let's try that out. Seems to add a little bit of portamento, a bit of a join between the notes. Excellent, we had a bit of Space Invaders going there. Okay, and I've noticed that by using gate time here you can change the gate. So let's try that. Holding that down. So you increase it by moving up to the right and decrease it by moving to the left. And at the left it sounds quite rhythmic. Let's try adding some drums to that. Okay, so this is clearly one of those machines where everything pretty much happens by accident. So now that I've given you a decent, if a little bit incompetent demo, we'll have a closer look at the front panel. Obviously we've got our keypad there and the transport controls right there as well. I think we've got a pretty good handle on how the synth track works, the bass drum track, snare drum track and hi-hat track works. It's just like a 4-track recorder basically. Then we've got our LFO controls just over here. Peak and VCF controls there, and our 3 waveforms, octave control up on the left. And I don't usually like playing with noise controls, but that was actually quite entertaining. I enjoyed that. On the back it's very simple, just an on-off switch in the usual Korg design, power in, output there, headphone output as well, and in a similar vein to the Korg Volcas it can be synchronized to other units using those 2 sockets on the right. There's also a MIDI upgrade option. And for the moment guys, that's about all I can tell you about the Korg Monotribe. It is a fascinating instrument though, and I do really dig that very fat, low bass sound. Possibly even more, dare I say it, than the Korg Volca bass. It has a deep electrical squelch to it that I really, really like. So I might bring you more videos about the Monotribe because it is fascinating. Until then, here are some links to some other things that might interest you guys. Thanks for liking, commenting or subscribing. And I look forward to seeing you again on Gear Facts when hopefully I can talk properly. Korg Monotribe.